Morning, good morning. Welcome to 4 by 8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. We are in day 2 of our Stormy Weather Journal, which is a art therapy journal for me to get over anxiety after some really horrific storms we've had here. And every time one comes, I need to be better mentally ready and not panic, which I never did. And I'm really not panicking bad, but enough to make an art journal out of it. Okay, okay. A therapy art journal. Um, so I have this French faced book, French covered book, which is just paper, but it's got a pretty cover. And I think it came off of Amazon. And I'm covering up my paper that's underneath. Now, the prompt for today is oak. And I'm not sure, these are prompts that I made up myself. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but you can't go wrong with starting out with a craft paper or an oak colored paper. Perhaps. Stretch your imagination. Not necessarily are all of these going to reflect the actual prompt. It's just me giving myself a chance to work through and think while I'm doing this. How I'm not a trained therapist. I'm not advocating this as therapy if you really need therapy. But every step of the way, I'm thinking, okay, these are just storms. Yes, storms can be bad. Yes, our weather is worse than it used to be. Yes, there's definitely something going on around the world. Yes, all of that. But half the time, no offense to weather reporters, they get it wrong and or they over complicate everything. So I don't listen to the weather report as much as I used to anymore, which I wasn't, a huge weather junkie, but my husband is. So you kind of hear about storms through some of his conversations with me throughout the day. No, this is not water. These are just shapes. Nothing dramatic, just uh, a place to work and think about weather. It doesn't have to be, um, oh, I'm making an oak tree today. It doesn't have to be. Um, so just having fun, letting loose, not sure where it's going, but some of the side projects that are happening while I work on not wasting any paint are fun too. And those can be used down the road. So I don't really know where I'm going to go, but I know I'm having fun while I do it. Um, Tomorrow, I might need to start another journal for a sour tummy from the dog. He needs some art therapy too. He's eating some kind of plant, and I'm hoping it's not poisonous, but he was up half the night, so was my husband, and um, he tried to eat some more stuff this morning that we know is not good for him, so I don't know if that's what he ate yesterday. It's not poisonous, it's just not what he needs. He needs green grass to try to, how dogs always cure their sour tummies with green grass, but he's not eating green grass because we don't have any green grass here. And if we do have it, deer probably eat it. Um, so anyhow, this is kind of looking like tribal, but I like it. Whatever's happening here, I don't know, but I like it. I am trying to use stormy colors. Um, if anything, for this project, use stormy colors. Um, there's some Payne's gray, there's some greens, there's some turquoise, there's some metallic turquoise happening. Um, but I'm mixing it all to a darker side. So, maybe the colors might reflect the weather. I don't know. I don't know. Basically, making myself use small paintbrushes and do smaller for me and do detail as far as tiny little bits of color popping here and there and how that's pretty and effective and making pattern and the whole gamut of all of it. really, really thoroughly enjoying this. Getting in some yellow because I love yellow in everything. Um, I use yellow in my fabric a lot when I'm quilting. My grandmother used a lot of yellow, so I don't know if that's her influence on me. I don't know. But just enough to make, just like little tiny acorn seeds or the little the pine nuts or something like that, even though, or oak nuts, or they're oak nuts. Having a grand old time. I do know that. And slowing down, tiny details is positive. And um, thinking through the weather and thinking, I'm just trying to clean off my desk here and not waste paper or paint. Thinking the the terms of weather and the terms of the prompts, and thinking about big majestic oak trees or big big trees, in different parts of the world. And the trees that we had were big for here, but not, incredibly big. But, you know, just thinking nature in my thought process of all of this. And really, really breathing deeply. Yoga with a paintbrush, basically. That's what I'm doing. Yoga with a paintbrush. Meditating with a paintbrush. Not that I, how or profess to be a good advocate. I'm advocating it. I don't know how to do it, but I'm saying try it if you can. But the best part about all of it is just having fun, relaxing, taking your mind somewhere else, chanting without chanting, I guess. Is that is it that okay to say? I don't know. Especially since I don't know what I'm doing. Just this works for me, and having a lot of fun doing this. A lot of fun. And there has to be a little bit of black showing up in all of this. Just kind of emphasizing the curves of those thunderclouds or whatever they are, with Stabilo. And I don't know how many more times I can say digging down deep, digging deep and chanting deep, and making conscious effort to yoga with a paintbrush. So now this all needs to dry. And I cut out those other pieces of paper earlier in the beginning, and now they are way too bright. So I'm going to go over them with some of the Payne's Gray, or yeah, I think this is like Payne's Gray or the equivalent of some of that, with a Neocolor 2. Just enough to back some of the brightness of these things. They're not planets. They're cells under a microscope of an oak tree. That's what they are. That's what they are. They're things under the microscope. That's what this all could be. Talk about focusing, going down deep under a microscope with all of these prompts. So this is some kind of an oak cell. And then I wanted to go around the edges so they stand out a little bit. But the best part, and I didn't know I was going to do this until it happened, I'm not gluing them down completely. I'm just gluing them in the center so they kind of pop up a little bit and have a little bit of dimension. So my laboratory slides are sliding off the microscope because, my workspace in a lab would be very messy, and including the slides sliding around. Is that what you call them? Slides? I think. And I added just a teeny tiny bit of gold just for, GP. But I really like how this ended up. And I really like the concept of, yoga with a paintbrush while you're sitting at a microscope working on your prompts. That's see, intuitive. That's what happens. Hey, little guy, how's your tummy? How's your tummy, Bobo? Apparently, my husband was up with him a couple times in the middle of the night. I didn't know any of that was happening. Hello, Bobo. Hello. How's your tummy? So these don't look quite as bright on top of... Ouch! Quit scratching my leg. Yeah, how's your tummy? So, I really like that. Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. Thanks for watching. I'll see you back tomorrow under the microscope. Bye.